The door latch to the basement door on the Alfa is broken. We're gonna fix it. This is a Trimark TM 2001 latch. Let's get that door open and take a look and see what it takes to replace this guy. Really shouldn't be too much. There's 4 screws on the back side. Take that off and we're able to get to the mechanism. Let's open things up and see what it looks like. The easy part is done. There's 4 Phillips head screws that go into the back of the latch. Now, as you can see, we have one arm that goes to one side there, and believe me, there's another arm up there. Let me do some thinking for a second and see if I can figure out how to get those guys off. There really isn't enough room for them just to push out of the holes they're in. Well, I did a thing that I can't say I'm proud of. I put a screwdriver on it just to see if it would slide off that detent, and it wound up coming off in pieces. So I guess that answers the question of how we're going to get that off. Now, let's take the new one, set it in place, see what it looks like, and see what it takes to get those little arms back in place. Let me show you what I had to do here. So the little ears that hold the rods, I had to grab hold of them with a pair of pliers and give them a tweak outward because the little nubs are a bit too long. So now the plate that holds everything together is going to get bolted on. It has 2 access holes conveniently right over those. So I'm going to grab a hammer and a punch and I'm going to flatten those guys back out. So I was able to use this guy, except I rotated it a little bit so that way I could get through those 2 holes to the little fingers that are hiding way down in there. Let me see if I can get a flashlight in there where you can see it. Sort of, not really, but anyways, trust me on that. I used the Craftsman center punch to bend the ears back, and this guy, I decided to omit the nice little plastic cover because I was losing my mind trying to line up these 4 screws and not being able to see what I was aiming for. So I left the little white cover off. It'll be just fine. Now, there is one more thing that you guys need to know. The striker, this guy here, and also the other side, you may need to adjust that side a little bit to accommodate the new striker, which is a slightly different shape. Now, something else is, you see how that's kind of a nice square fit? The latch needs to sit in that, so that way this sits down far enough. That way it contacts the latch there. So, make sure you get that slid into its hole just fine. If it doesn't fit so nice, grab a file. I believe this is just aluminum and it should file pretty nice. And just make sure you get the square sitting in there just like you need it to. So, that's what we've got. Once again, that was the Trimark TM 2001. This one came from Leisure Coachworks. I'll drop a link in the description where you can get your own. Other items of note, those screws are self-tapping, meaning they're going to cut their own threads. So if you have an impact, now's the time to get it out because you're going to need it. Your hand will be wrecked by the time you try and get those screws back in. Trust me, I tried it once just to know what I was getting into before I just went to whole hog and hit it with the impact. Anyways, guys, I'll drop some links in the description. Go check those out. Tools I use in this video, all that good stuff. You guys can handle this. I know you can. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.